Hello, everyone. Wow. Welcome to the internet. I'm kind of saying that for myself because holy heck, it feels like I haven't streamed in a minute. But we're back. My goodness. I'm setting my stuff up right now, guys. Setting my stuff up. I'm getting reacquainted. We're chilling like a villain while we get things prepared. But you are correct if you've read the title. Polly Podcast will be making a return during this stream. That's right. I'm getting advertisements on my own stream as I open it up. God, I've gone big time, haven't I? Making stacks of cash. I don't see any of these cents. Where's my Twitch money at? Opening up all the tabs, getting into it, switching my Discord settings on and off, flickering about, flailing on live air. How we doing? How we doing tonight, this afternoon, this morning, depending where you are? I got a new microphone stand. Since this last stream, I also got a new microphone, a second-hand one, but a nice little microphone here that I could hand hold if I so choose. It's quite nice indeed. Definitely planning some standing up, walking around type of YouTube content with that in the future. Potentially streams as well. We're very dynamic over here at Pollyverse. Very dynamic in our approach. Wow. I haven't even familiarized myself. Oh, I haven't even turned on all the Twitch notifications and stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Discord chat. Excellent. But yeah, we're keeping it very chill. Waiting for people to get in here. Hey, Grumbly Ghost, thank you for resubbing with the Prime. Thanks for using your Prime here. Thank you kindly. Good to see you again immediately after we had a little offline chat too. Appreciate it. Just as I was talking about, where's my Twitch money at? Boom. Thank you, sir. That's a good, I don't actually know how much money those are worth, like $4 or something. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 420. Wow. What a number. Blaze it up indeed. I'm going to mess around with my lights a little bit while I'm getting set up here. Yeah, my face is brighter when I turn off the big light. I don't know how lighting works, guys. There we go, a little fix of the hair. I need a haircut though. I feel like I say that almost every time I'm on a YouTube video or on stream. I'm like, oh, I need a haircut. Just a little trim, around here. My hair starts flicking. Obviously, I have very straight hair, but it starts getting a little flick on the ends and just falling out and becoming unruly. So that's when the haircut is due. Especially because I have a dermatitis that I get on my face and my scalp. This webcam does actually a good job of hiding it, but I only have some slight little red marks at the moment. But I have to use this hardcore dermatitis shampoo for it, which really dries my hair out as well. So when I have really long hair, I kind of got to keep it fresh by getting it cut and stuff. Keep it healthy. That's a whole thing as well. I really want to do like the, what's it called, like skincare routine vlogs that you see on YouTube. I've been watching those kinds of videos because obviously I'm sort of into skincare a lot because of this dermatitis thing going on in my life over the past like 10 years. So I kind of want to do like a skincare routine YouTube video where I just go through all the stuff I use, because it really helps, because it's a specific type of dermatitis that I have. It's like seborrheic dermatitis or something like that. I would like put all that on the screen on the video, and I'd get all the products out, because it took me a long time to get help with it from dermatologists, from doctors, and to learn what stuff works for me. So I feel like I could really have something to say in the skincare community. Okay, guys? So there you have it. That's a little video idea that I've had in the back of my mind. I'm just letting you know on the stream. God. That's what Twitch is so good for, eh? I can just get online and talk my talk. Get all the nonsense in my brain out. Genius, thank you. I don't know. Hey, we'll see. Maybe that'll be the thing that takes off my YouTube career, and then I'll be stuck in the format of what's it called, like self-care and skincare and stuff like that. Maybe that'll be my in, and I could, get in there with veganism, do like recipes, tips, stuff like that. So long as you have skin, you have content. Yeah, let's cross my fingers. I keep all my skin. When the dermatitis gets really bad, it feels like my skin is falling off. So that is not nice. Not a nice feeling. Ooh, but it's been under control for the last couple of years. It's been getting better. I got to say, it's been a long time since I've live streamed, and I really like this little chat popping up on screen thing that I set up like months ago now, but I haven't streamed that much with it. This is really cool. I like seeing your name down there, Grumbly Ghosts. It's like I can, yeah. It's more interactive, Like I can just grab your name. Oh, it's gone. Slipped out of my fingers. Feels like you're in here. You are here. We're all here. It's all a part of the Pollyverse. That's what the Pollyverse is, guys. Pollyverse encompasses all things. Okay? I don't know if I've ever said this, but I remember one of my ex-partners who I was dating, their mother once asked them, they were like, okay, so they were talking about me, and they're like, okay, Torkel writes all these stories that are based in this fictional universe called Pollyverse. And my partner at the time, their mother was like, oh, he knows it's not real though, right? He knows it's just a fictional universe in his head though, yeah? Like she was deeply concerned. And the Pollyverse can have that effect on people, to say the least. It certainly can. It's a rabbit hole. It's all encompassing. Wait, it's not real? I mean, what is real? To put it that way. If we create art within the Pollyverse and put it out into the world, then is it not real? What about all those stocks I bought and land? Well, I shouldn't say this on air, but I was just upselling you meta land in the metaverse and passing it on to you as Pollyverse. My Pollyverse property project I'm just I'm just drop shipping metaverse property. Whatever happened to the metaverse? Is anyone on there? Is anyone buying land on there still? I remember when companies were buying land. That's that's the real scam. That's the real scheme. Duped by Zuck in the second degree. Yeah, I mean that's the industry now. You just piggyback on the backs of greatness, such as Facebook propagandist Zuck. Yeah, I'm the meta middleman. Exactly. I whittled my way in there with Pollyverse. It's literally a pyramid scheme. If I get my way up high enough, I can get, part of the Facebook committee. I could talk to Zuck. I could be on a jet ski with Zuck in Maui. I could be there with him. But I just got to sell some more Pollyverse stocks. I'm about 10 billion off, and then I'll be there. You can name a star in the metaverse. That's incredible. Isn't that kind of just like No Man's Sky? Because you can fly around to like the billion planets in No Man's Sky and discover one and name it. I'm pretty sure you can name it. Yeah. I played that game a little bit back in the day. But hey, that's the brilliance of Zuck, making you pay for things. Making you pay for things that does it hold any value? No, not really. I think Metaverse single-handedly tanked the stocks of Meta for a good while there. But it inevitably goes back up with those bloody tech types. Somehow the stonks always go up in the end. Values in the eye of your VR headset. Exactly. And they just came out with a new VR headset, I'm pretty sure. Like the Oculus 3 or something. I'm stuck here with the Oculus 2. Feeling like a plebeian. I've got it here. I actually want to do streams using the headset, but I haven't done it yet. I'm just tattling on myself that I'm such a meta investor, aren't I? I'm in the metaverse. I'm the mayor of a city in the metaverse of this thing, okay? I named it Talkotopia. Shackled to the real world without a headset. Oh, God. Life is such a drag without a headset, I must say. It actually is really fun, like some of the little games. The funny thing is, it's like the simplest games are still the best ones, like Beat Saber. So good. There's this one that's like a rock climbing simulator, and it actually freaks me out. Like I feel sick because you're so high up climbing something and you're just going like this. And it's kind of a nice little workout because you're holding your arms up like this for ages. I really like that game. I've got that one. That's my metaverse stocks. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I was saving some stuff on the PC before we get started with some things. Jotting down some dot points. I was going to say some not points. Some dot points, some note points for Polly Podcast. Return of the Polly Podcast, everyone. I think it's almost been, is it a year or 6 months maybe? It's been a long time. Oh my God. Let's see, Polly Podcast. I'm surprised it even pops up on Spotify anymore when you search it, you know what I mean? Like when you're not live on Twitch for a long time, you stop showing up in the search bar. Like when you type in, I've experienced that, and I've experienced it with my friends as well who will stop streaming for a long time. And I always expect that to happen on other platforms too. So I'm like, oh my God, Polly Podcast, is it gone? But no, it's still there. It's still on Spotify. Let's see. Last episode was June 2022. Wait, June 2022? Oh my God. Is that serious? Oh my God, I've taken a break, haven't I? I thought it was 2023. I thought it was June 2023 when I put that out. Huh. Yeah. How am I going to explain that? It's crazy as well because I did 16 episodes of Polly Podcast, right? And I was just starting to get listeners in like the last 2 that I did. There was like organic listeners appearing and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, okay, people are actually finding it. And then I disappeared for over a year. We'll get into it. Yeah, I started streaming again in like June this year. Huh. I have a very bad sense of time. I will admit that. Very bad sense of time. So I'm all over the place. And as soon as I get busy with something in life, I'm just gone. But yeah, I had a year without streaming pretty much after getting affiliate. Because that was sort of my goal, and then life became busier and I was like, well, I don't have a goal at the moment for streaming, so bye-bye. But hey, we're always coming back. Hey, Nightbot, thanks for dropping Pollyverse.com. That's another thing I need to work on again. My old website. Let's see if that's still up. Yeah, it is. It's got stuff on there. Yeah, it's got stories on there. Cool. It still exists. Nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saving a bunch of images here so I don't forget to do that later. We're doing a few jobs to start off the stream today. We're just hanging out. We're just sort of, getting into it. Getting into the swing of it. Chilling out. Doing a few jobs here and there before I start the Polly Podcast episode. It's going to be cool to do the Polly Podcast live as well. I think I've done that, a couple times in the past. But it was a rare occurrence. But I want it to be a regular occurrence, not a rare occurrence. Because, that's a good way as to stream as well as to put the podcast out into the world. But yeah, for those of you who maybe are new to Pollyverse world, are new to hearing about Polly Podcast because it was over a year ago, it pretty much just served as a podcast where I just talk about whatever I want. Creative stuff within the Pollyverse realm and within myself, and also friends, projects, things like that. Interviewing guests, talking about whatever I'm interested in the moment. It's sort of a very generalist podcast in that sense. So yeah, but that is also its flaw in a way as well, because when you become that general at something, it's easy to lose direction, isn't it? But we're revamping it. I was just thinking, I do have the background here, but do I want to put it up? Should I use the background? Do it. Yeah, it is quite beautiful, this background. Spook it up with the red. Excellent. It is funny because I have to sit in really close, but it's probably good because it makes my posture better, and it makes me talk directly into the microphone, so it's good in that sense. It's like up against the chair. Ah, 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 yeah, squeezing in. My thighs are getting more powerful and bulbous from cycling all the time. It works really well as a background, actually, because it kind of holds the light in nicely in a way, doesn't it? I don't know, that glare. I think that's from the window, actually. So actually, I might be able to fix that. Give me a second, guys. Hey. Caught it before it fell. Okay, enough space for me to get out. It's so risky. It's so risky. Okay, I'm going to put a curtain over the window. How's that? Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Oh, the way the red lights up with these white LED lights that I have, it's really bloody. It's quite visceral, isn't it? How good is that? I don't know why I'm adjusting it, because I'm actually, before I start, I'm actually going to go to the bathroom, but it just looks so cool when I get into frame. So I got to do it, Oh, it's wonderful. See, look, when I lean back, because the chair's against it, I kind of push it a little bit. You can see it moving slightly in that corner. But yeah, all things happening. I want to actually get a Sharpie and write on it. Maybe on this side. No, this side. Yeah, I want to write some stuff on it too. Do that in another time. I get nervous when I put, physical pen to paper, because I'm not skilled at drawing and things like that in the traditional sense. And my handwriting is very, very messy. So I'm very slow and cautious when I want to write something. So save that for another time. This is cool. I want to test something. So I just turned on the green lights on my little light controller here. And I want to see if the green screen works even though I'm not wearing anything green. If you guys are fans of It Lives on Tape podcast that I do with my buddy Grumbly Ghost in chat, horror movie podcast, this is something that, this is a little inside scoop for the next episode coming out. I used this green screen type of effect with some little movie magic. Let's see if I can do it. But obviously I was wearing green during that podcast, and now I've just got the green light on. Got the green light. Matthew McConaughey. I'm all lost on OBS. Where the heck is it? Aha. Whoa. That is just straight up spooky. Oh my God. Okay, so it still works. I had a light on when I did it the other day. That is wild. So there we go. This is the new stream format, guys. This is how all the streams will look from now on. Hey, we're in the Pollyverse, literally. Way. Whoa. It looks so good. Yeah, it's so good. I'm imagining you saying that sarcastically. Because it's pretty, I'd have to tinker with the settings. Because it's pretty scary how it's all like staticky on the sides here. But the me part is very clear. The skin part. This is my other background, just in the wheat field. This looks menacing. This looks insane. But yeah, so that's a new addition to the stream that I'm working on. The element of green screening and how we can implement that into the Pollyverse. Oh, God. This is hilarious. It's so easy to do content, isn't it, guys? I'm just acting like a hooligan out here, and this is fun. But okay, let's get rid of that. There's too much shenanigans. There we go. Back to the bright red. We got to get into the podcast soon. It's only going to be a short-ish one. Some of these podcast episodes that I've done in the past, they've been like 10 minutes. It's not particularly formatted. It's just whatever we want to talk about kind of thing. Also, quite cognizant of that I haven't set this up properly with my microphone. There we go. Sorry if I wasn't speaking into it very well. There we go. That's a lot better. Can't get the new song by Ethan Klein out of my head. I can't breathe when you're not there. What a banger that is. Only the real ones know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just checked in. We got 4 people watching. How the heck is it going, everyone? Hope you're all having a good day so far. Very nice to see you. Very nice to be entertaining. It's a nightmare, a nightmare, a nightmare. I can't breathe when you're not there. I don't want to sing too much. I'll get copyright claimed by Ethan. Grumbly Ghost, you know what I'm talking about. We got the in-jokes on that one. HD podcast viewers in chat say, "Ayo." Okay, let me jot down a few points of what I want to talk about on this podcast episode. Hope you can hear my typing. This is very satisfying sound. This is nice. This is like ASMR when I type. Heyo. We got the H3 fans going wild. Okay, Nightbot, settle down. I feel like Nightbot just plugged Pollyverse.com not that long ago. I mean, thanks, Nightbot. Thanks for the shout out, but god damn. God damn, come on now. I like randomized all the timers on these because I heard that's what you're supposed to do. All these links in chat. If you guys see me tilting my head like this, by the way, I do it sometimes. I do it on the It Lives on Tape podcast too, I realized. It's a little stretch because I have tight shoulders from climbing a lot. It's kind of just a little stretch, swaying my head back and forth. That's what that is. Although I do have It's a Nightmare in my head, so I am bopping along to that at the same time. So choose to believe whichever one of those you like. It's a nightmare. Okay, I think I got all the dot points I want to talk about written down here. So it won't be long before we start the Poly podcast, guys. Thanks for coming in to the pre-show here, live on twitch.tv/Pollyverse. We're chilling. We're chillaxing. Let's see. I'm going to go for a quick bathroom break in a sec before we get started. I know I've only just gone live, but God, I should have gone earlier, really. But hey, we're spontaneous like that. And now I drink more water. Stay hydrated. Yeah, so let's get some tunes going. Let's get the waiting screen up. Let's get some tunes going, eh? I can't breathe when you're not there. That's all I want to hear. You're not there. You're not there. It's a nightmare. There we are. Squawk75, by the way. Nightbot is dropping it in chat. Thanks, Nightbot. Actually, Nightbot, have you dropped in chat? Nightbot has not dropped it in chat yet. The new Squawk75 album that I'm about to play for you right now. Member of Pollyverse. Musician extraordinaire. Maker of beats. Has come out with a new EP that I actually was going to do a post about today that I haven't done yet, so I might do that later on Instagram. Here we are. It's called Interim Pass. I'll drop a little link in the chatty chat. Chatty chat for all the hooligans, for all you freaks and geeks. There you are. That's the new EP, Squawk75. I think, is the first song my favorite, Directive? It might be. Anyway, that's what I'm going to put on while we go for a bathroom break. Okay, I can hear it, but you guys can't hear it. I need to adjust the settings on OBS. Where's it playing from? Aha. There we go. Alright. Go for a little bathroom break, guys. I'll be right back. Enjoy the tunes. Taking us out. This is Directive 4. Squawk 75. so good. Beautiful. That's Directive 4, Squawk 75 from Interim Past, the new EP. Link is in chat, guys. Gotta check that out. Hot diggity dog. I think he's saying energy. Energy. Your energy. He did tell me, but I think that's what it was. It sounds so good. The vocals sound so cool in it. God, and that reminds me as well. I've been meaning to try to do some more vocals for Squawk, for Static. And I've neglected getting around to that for a little bit, but that's another thing we're going to get back into. I was going to say live on stream. I don't know if I have the confidence to do that, to wax the lyricals on stream live. Oof, I can do dances and stuff, but I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that for you guys. I'm sorry. That might be something I do in private until the perfect, recording is there, and then I'll give it to him. Until I get the confidence up. Maybe one day you'll hear me wax those lyrics on stream. Of course, I could tell you a poem. I could tell you a poem any day of the week. Okay? But yeah, the musical stuff, I've always found it hard. I love music, obviously, creative person, writer. I love music, big music fan. You could say that lyrics are like the main thing that got me into writing in the first place. But God, it's hard. It's hard to wrap my brain around how to, interact with music, how to make music, you know what I mean? Even just doing some vocals over beats, I find very difficult to do the timing and stuff like that. My brain is not really wired that way. Although I suppose it takes practice too, and I haven't really done a lot of it, but that's something we're hoping to do in the future. So anyway, guys, thanks for all tuning in here. I know it's been a little while since I've done a stream, been a couple months. I've been busy, and we're going to talk about all that on the podcast, which we're about to start. This is a little intro for you before we get into it. But basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a podcast, which will end up being a YouTube video, as well as it'll go out on Spotify for all the podcast listeners out there. And the Nightbot's actually been linking it in chat, so you can scroll up there and have a look. Polly Podcast is linked. The Spotify link there, that's where it goes. But yeah, so we're going to do a recording of it. But feel free to chat as well in the chat, because I want to do the recordings of the Polly Podcast live on stream more often. So it's cool. Like, the interaction there is awesome. We love to see that. I'm not going to turn off the chat or anything, so that'll still pop up on screen. I may turn off the alerts. Yeah, I'll turn off the alerts, I guess. But I won't turn off the chat. In case there's a follow or something, I'll see it anyway and give you a thanks. But yeah, so we're going to go through the podcast, a couple topics talking about creative stuff, life updates and whatnot. Feel free to have a little chatty chat. Good idea? Okay, thanks. Thank you, Grumbly. Headphone cord. Connect that back in. These are wireless. They have a tendency to die when you really don't want them to. I just realized that sound of them plugging in popped through as audio for you guys. That's funny. Boom, boom, boom. The little Windows sound. New device. So yeah, let's. This is gonna be a short little podcast episode, and that'll be it for the stream today. Just a little, hey, how you doing? A little, poke my head through the door, you know? A little welcome home. Yeah. Okay. Let's get myself set up here. Your energy. Your energy. So good. All right, there we are. Nice. Also, something you guys may have noticed, the last stream I did a few days ago was like a productivity type of stream. Just the music playing, things like that going on. And I made a little playlist of podcasts and Squawk 75 tunes. Almost like back in the day when we started streaming and we had Pollyverse radio going on. Kind of had that energy to it, but mixing in the productivity as well and the interaction in chat. I'm thinking about doing a little bit more of those as well from time to time and building up a collection of podcasts and tunes, like I said, similar to the Pollyverse radio to play during it. But yeah, let's get into the Polly podcast episode. What episode is it? Oh my God, I don't even know. Your energy. Your energy. It is episode 17. We had a good little run there for a while. So yeah, sorry guys if I come across like more formal. This is the hashtag YouTube recording, you know what I mean? I'm going to be addressing the YouTube audience as well as the chatters on the live stream. But yeah, we'll go over that as well. We'll talk about that during the podcast. The element of the live show is an integral part of the revamping of Polly Podcast. Okay. This is it. Welcome, guys, to Polly Podcast episode, if I'm not mistaken, 17. Holy heck. And it's been a minute. I gotta say, it has been a hot minute. I was just looking up on Spotify to see how long it's been since our last episode, where we did a book review on Steppenwolf by Hermann Hesse. It was June 2022. Over a year ago. Oh my God. I've been neglecting the Polly podcast, to say the least. And the Pollyverse community at large is furious. They're throwing bricks at the studio as we speak. They're rioting. Say, give us another podcast. God damn it, Torgo. But we're back, okay? Tentatively, we're back. Tentatively, we'll say. We got new stuff going on as well. The background here. This is cool. This is a hand-painted kind of background that I whipped up about a month ago. We got a new secondhand microphone here. This is a handheld one, which is quite exciting. This is obviously for the people watching the video. Some of your audio listeners, I know. We got a new microphone arm as well. We got updates happening in the studio, and that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. It's going to be an update episode on life, on Pollyverse, creative stuff, myself, all things. Just a little quick, hey, how you doing? We're back, hopefully. We're revamping the Polly podcast. All right, we're bringing out some more episodes, tentatively, hopefully. All right. I tend to make promises and then get distracted, but we'll see how we go, you know. Intentions are pure. The intentions are good. So yeah, where have I been? What have I been up to? Okay, life kind of got in the way, you could say, especially of Polly Podcast in particular. I was writing the blog posts. You remember the blog was always connected to the podcast episodes at Pollyverse.com. What happened was I actually got distracted by making a new website as well, because I was using Wix before, because I'm not savvy to that degree. I'm not a coder or anything like that. So I was using templates and customizing it on Wix. Made a website. It was cool. It was my first go at such a thing. And then I thought, it doesn't have all the features that I want. I want to be able to put more stories on it easily, make it better, revamp it, update it a little bit. So I moved to Squarespace, started doing that. Ran into lots of issues, actually. Lots of issues that took me a while to figure out with that. But the website is working pretty well. It still needs some updates, but it's there. The blog's on there. It's still polyverse.com, so it's still there. But the blog is no longer connected to the Polly podcast, to put it simply. And that was one of the things that was stopping me from putting out episodes, was actually because I had all these blog posts that I was writing. Some of them were even finished. And I couldn't post them anywhere because I was, migrating the website, which was taking ages, because then the second element came in, the life stuff. Okay, life got in the way. And if you guys know me, which I'm sure a lot of you do, you know that I tend to hyper-focus on something. I get really invested in something. Like when I was writing the horror fiction book for a while there for a competition, I was churning out thousands of words every day. I was hyper-focused, hyper-fixated. I have a tendency to do that. And I did that with life stuff because there was a lot of things new to me that were happening. I ended up buying a house, and this was over a year ago now. And obviously I did it even before that. I was doing like some renovating on my place. I was getting new roommates, all sorts of things. I was moving studios with this setup, the whole internet Polly podcast, Polyverse setup thing that we got going on here. This is some serious equipment here, guys, okay? Not all of you can see, but we got 2 computer screens. We got lights. We got this background now. We're always improving. We got the microphone and everything, all right? So there was stuff like that going on, the house and everything, the moving the setups. And then also I was spending more time with my partner in another city in Perth. And I was trying to balance the in-between, because obviously I was still working where I am now. And the back and forth between the 2 cities, I was trying to figure out a balance between those 2 things, essentially. And it made it tricky because it's a small apartment that we're renting in Perth. And it's only been recently, after a year of being there, that I've properly set up a little like workstation for these internet things and the podcast shenanigans that we get up to. So when I was coming back to this city where I am now, my hometown, I was actually coming back to work, obviously, and I was spending most of my time doing that, working a lot of hours. So then it was hard to do much. I would do some streams from time to time, but I wasn't really thinking about podcast. I was doing productivity streams, to be honest, to build the new website and things like that. So life got in the way. And then more recently, I've actually been continuing that journey of migrating to Perth. I still work in another city, but I also work from home in Perth. And I'm moving more towards the Perth direction of things. And I'm selling my place here, my house here that I bought. And so that's been a new experience for me. Obviously, I'd never bought a house over a year ago. That was my first experience doing that. So that was a lot of learning with the mortgage and everything. And now I'm selling a house for the first time, which is a whole new thing to learn as well. So it's been a lot of stuff for me to fixate on with my brain. I've certainly been doing that. So that's what I've kind of been up to. But like I said, the live streams have always been here, and some of the other social media stuff in the Polyverse realm, the Instagram, sample text posts and whatnot. And the live streams actually, if you want to check it out, it's twitch.tv/Pollyverse. There it is. I had to think about it for a second. Twitch.tv/Pollyverse. And we're actually live streaming right now. So if you see a little bubble pop up here with someone's name and some writing, that's someone chatting in the live stream chat. Okay. Live stream chatters, feel free to do your thing, as I said earlier. But yeah, they're going to be on the video as well that you may see on Spotify or YouTube. So if you want to have that live stream experience where you can chat with me like this, thank you, Grumbly Ghost. Hey, there he is. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I love live streaming on Twitch. I got to say, live streaming is a lot of fun. Just to have that direct connection, the direct interaction with the community. It's awesome. So if you want to see the podcasts live, listen to them live and chat, check us out, twitch.tv/Pollyverse. We do a lot of fun stuff over here. Also, what has been happening? All these studio updates, guys. Why am I thinking about the podcast again? Why is it detached from the blog? Stuff like that. Well, I've actually started a new podcast with Grumbly Ghost himself, who was in chat. We started a podcast called It Lives on Tape. It's a horror movie podcast that we've been putting a lot of effort in together. And it's been really, really good, if I'm honest. It's been really fun. We've just recorded our 5th episode. Ayo, Grumbly Ghost, thank you for that. And it's been amazing. We've just done, our 4th or 5th episode. We've got 4 episodes out right now, or 3. I'm getting mixed up. But by the time you see this, we could have any amount of episodes. You never know. But we're in the early days of it, basically. And it's been really good. We've been putting heaps of effort into writing out ideas, bringing movies to the table and concepts. We're basically deep diving into the horror subject and different horror films, making it interesting for you guys. So, for example, we did an episode about The Neon Demon, which is one of my favorite movies ever. It was about the disaster that it was, how it was such a box office flop. It was a financial disaster, but I loved it. So we're talking about that. We did a deep dive presented by Grumbly Ghost himself into the topic of running zombies, basically going through the history of zombie movies in the horror genre and discussing a lot of the classics that are part of that, such as 28 Days Later. And that was an awesome one. And yeah, we've got a few more podcasts coming out as well. So from doing that, you could say that I've caught the podcasting bug once again. I caught it again. That is for sure. And we'll talk more about It Lives on Tape in the future on an episode on Polly Podcast, no doubt. I want to do a podcast episode dedicated to talking about our other podcast. I think that'll be good. But it's been so good. It's been so fun collaborating as well with Grumbly Ghost on it. And I thought something that Grumbly Ghost even said to me the other day about the idea of podcasts I think we're joking around talking about what is the Pollyverse, you know? Because so far Pollyverse has been a platform where I put out my writing, particularly on the website, also on Instagram, places like that. I put out the sample text, you know, alternative artwork, Pollyverse artwork, different things like that. Post them all over the place, Facebook, Instagram. We do interesting little poetic shorts on TikTok as well and on Instagram and even on YouTube. I also do some videos on YouTube, which are like tier lists and things like that lately. And then we've been doing the community engagement, which is really fun with Twitch and on Discord, which Discord is my favorite place. It's essentially the Pollyverse Discord, which will be linked as well. It's on our link tree. It's like a think tank of all the creative minds that are, you know, a part of Pollyverse. And that was the whole concept with Pollyverse when it began. It was born out of the collaboration with me and my British friends, such as Luke, when we were writing together. And it was so much fun writing these stories together. And I wanted to continue that. I wanted to create a community for it. and call it Pollyverse. And we've been building that. We've been slowly building that over on Discord in particular, and with the live streams, and it's awesome. So that's at the core of Pollyverse. It's a community for creative people. But then I thought also, as a writer, it's kind of hard to do stuff in the online world because I'm kind of terminally online. It's like, how does writing work on the internet in the modern day other than just posting it to a website? And obviously I've been doing readings on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. But what else can I do? And Instagram poetry even as well with the sample text images, like I said. But then I was thinking, I've always been drawn to podcasts. And like I was saying with Grumbly Ghost the other day, there's something about podcasts where I've done podcasts on and off for years now. Years. Like back in the day, they were so sketch. Like, they were just thrown together. But they were fun and I always loved it. And it's what I consume as well. All day, every day, I'll have the earbuds or the headphones on and I'll be listening to podcasts or audiobooks. Rarely music, to be honest, anymore. Rarely, which is kind of crazy to say that because it used to only be music, but podcasts have really taken over. It's like the nice background noise company of someone's there talking to you throughout your day, I just love it. I love it, basically. And I love doing them as well. And It Lives on Tape reinvigorated that for me, which is amazing. And like I said, me and Grumbly Ghost were talking and we were joking around about the idea of what if Pollyverse could just be a podcasting platform? You know what I mean? It's also the community and everything and the writing and stuff is all behind it. But a good way, and you see this with comedians in particular, how do comedians navigate the online space? Because obviously it was all live shows, particularly before COVID. Now they all live stream because a live stream, you can essentially do live stand-up broadcasted to millions of people. And also they all have podcasts, of course. Everyone knows this. Like comedians probably have the most popular podcasts other than like true crime and stuff like that. So these two formats, they really suit me well, I think, as a writer. And of course, I write a lot of comedy stuff as well. So that aspect too. I like it a lot. And also another thing to throw on top of that, I've been doing some live broadcasts for local basketball competition online. And I go there in person and there's two of us. And I've done a few of these now. And we'll commentate over the basketball and it gets broadcasted online to the websites. It's NBO1 if you're wondering the competition. And that was so good as well. I really love doing that. I love talking about basketball because obviously I've talked about that on the podcast before, but I grew up playing so much basketball. It was awesome to have an outlet for that. And, live commentary over a sport, that's essentially a podcast, Who are we kidding here? Anything can be a podcast. So I was thinking about this podcast idea that me and Grumbly Ghost talked about, and what the idea that exists in my mind now is the abbreviation PPN, Pollyverse Podcast Network. And I just love this thing of maybe what I should be doing is more podcasts instead of trying to do a lot of the... I really struggle to come up with ways to put out my ideas and content out into the world. And podcasts are kind of the perfect format, really, because you can just talk about things and just get your ideas out there. You can just do something. And especially Polly Podcast, where it's such a general concept. It's just about myself, creativity, people of Pollyverse, projects going on. It's whatever I want it to be about. It's any length. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever. I love that. So, Polly Podcast is back, I guess. It's back. Okay? We're saying it. It's back. And also, I've got more ideas for podcasts as well. Okay? Lots of fun ones. One in particular about basketball. I've already got a secret little basketball YouTube channel where I've put out like one video, but I've got heaps of other ideas. And I was thinking, I really want to do them as a podcast because it's It works so much better than a video, because I was thinking I should do videos for it and like edit them and stuff. I was like, nah, basketball podcast is where it's at. So that's one of the ideas. There's many more. You'll see them as they come out. I'll be posting about them everywhere. Grumbly Ghost says, we're back. Thank you, Grumbly Ghost. We are back indeed. And like I said, you guys go check out It Lives on Tape, because that's part of what invigorated the podcast, the love for podcasts the most, I would say. That project is really something special to me, even though it's still in the early days. And we're having a lot of fun making it. So I appreciate if you guys checked it out. It's on Spotify and everywhere else, all your other good podcasting platforms, YouTube and all that. And that's pretty much the main stuff I wanted to talk about. Hey, Grumbly Ghost says he's loving it too. Thanks, buddy. So much fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting to talk about horror movies with our little community that we're building over there. And I guess another update on my writing then, to take us out here for the end of this Poly Podcast episode, the return episode of Poly Podcast. I might just call it that, the return of Poly Podcast, dusting it off. I've been writing. I've also been distracted with writing, if I'm being honest. I've been kind of distracted, like I said, with the real life stuff. So I haven't been writing a hell of a lot. But since we last spoke on Poly Podcast, I have written a lot of short stories, a good handful, quite a decent number of poetry. I haven't made much progress on the books that I was speaking about previously, to be honest. There's still the horror fiction novel in the works. That was a big subject of this podcast. That's still in the works for sure. It's over halfway done now, and I had some revelations recently about it that I may talk about in the future. So I'm getting a renewed energy to sit down. I work on it in chunks of energy. I will like go hard and write thousands of words in a month, and then I'll have a break from it for a few months. That's sort of how it is. It's been a journey itself. The book is about a spiritual journey, and it's been a journey writing it. My first book. I plan that to be my first book anyway. But then the other exciting thing that I started working on, which is coming along really well, is because I started writing poetry. That was the first thing I properly wrote. Like, obviously I wrote lyrics and stuff when I was younger, but poetry was my into like the creative writing world. And I thought, I've got so much poetry at this point. I've just got, I don't know if you guys use Google Drive, but I've got Google Docs in Google Drive, just full of poems. And I try to organize them, but they're everywhere, you know? And I've got notepads full of poems. And yeah, I try to put them into sections and like genres and stuff like that. I try to organize them all. And I thought, I got to actually sit down and put the effort in to make a collection of poetry. I know I've spoken a bit about that on Poly Podcast before. I was trying to piece together poetry into something. So I've been thinking about this for a while. And I've got something now. I've got something that's worked. I have all the poems there. I've put them all together. And I'm in the process of editing them and adding some stuff to it, some spicy stuff. We'll talk about that as well in another episode. But so that's another book. And I remember the old poetry book that I was talking about was a small one. This is another proper big book. This is like, I don't know how big it's going to end up being. I think a couple 100 pages of poetry. So it's a novel, essentially of poetry. So I'm really excited about that. And it's also, I'll give this as a teaser before we talk about it on another episode, but it's a lot about Pollyverse as well and the creative process and what my brain likes, what it's all about, what Pollyverse means to me, things like that. So yeah, that's what I'll say for now. It's cool. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm obviously going to be working on that for a little while, but it's coming together nicely because all the poems are already there. So that's another one. We got those two things in the writing world. So those are my writing updates. And of course, the website is still in progress. There's some short stories on there, some new ones in particular at pollyverse.com. And also I'll be putting some more up there in the near future, because like I said, I've written a handful of short stories too. So expect to see some more stuff on there that I'll announce on all the social medias as well. So yeah, that's all the updates basically on what's been going on. Obviously, there's a million other things that I could talk about. There's a million other ideas here and there that I've had that are ticking away at the background. But these are the solidified concepts that I feel comfortable talking about in this moment. And there'll be plenty more podcast episodes, I'm sure. Because even if we take a break from Poly Podcast, we're always coming back. We're always coming back, okay? This is what we do. This is Pollyverse. We exist within the minds of everyone, okay? And every now and again, we got to ring the doorbell and say, hey, we're here. So yeah, guys, I mean, thanks for listening. This has been episode 17. I keep forgetting. Yeah, episode 17. Thanks for having me back if you're listening. God. I'm going to have to post this around and see if anyone's excited about it. But yeah, we're shaking off the dust, okay? Poly Podcast is coming back. But yeah, thanks for having me. And see you around on the next episode. Hopefully it won't be too long. Grumbly Ghost said, woo! Thanks. Thanks for tuning in to the live chat as well. And if you guys want to tune in the live chat in the future, we're over at twitch.tv/Pollyverse. Also, check us out in the Discord. If you want to chat in the voice channels as well, you can chat with me live on stream or just hang out. Read about some of the stuff that's going on in the background that I haven't spoken about. There's some of that going on in the Discord too. And like I said, that'll be linked in the link tree. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. So thank you. Thanks for having me. We'll see you next time. Whew. How was that? How's that, Grumbly? Not a bad episode, eh? Not too bad. Shaking off the dust. It felt good. I feel like I'm talking so much better now as well. Like we've talked about. Oh, thanks. Good episode. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Like we talk about off stream with, Lives on Tape. We're always talking about the process of podcasting and what it's like. And I feel like my talking has gotten better. And I think a big part of it is obviously doing It Lives on Tape with you. And also, like I said during the podcast, doing the live broadcast with the basketball, because you like have to react to like there's something happening right in front of you and you have to tell people what's going on and talk about it. And if you miss the opportunity, it passes you by, So it's real thinking on your feet kind of stuff. And I don't know, I'm excited. I'm excited about this Pollyverse podcast network. I don't think that's what it's going to be called, but it'll probably just be Pollyverse. But I just like that it's Pollyverse Podcast Network in my brain. That's how it exists. Yeah, you have to keep the ball rolling and bouncing down the hill. Yeah, exactly. You can't just, like now, I'm pausing because I'm trying to think of what to say next. But then you realize something comes to mind eventually and you get quicker on your feet about it. It's all part of the fun. It's the podcasting world. PPN is good. That's exactly what it is. I might brand it like that when I do like social media posts, like PPN, Pollyverse Podcasting Network. But it all is incorporated under the Pollyverse banner. Of course. And there's one more note I was going to add. I forgot now. It slipped my mind. PWN? What does that stand for? Pollyverse World Network? Wrestling Network. Pollyverse Wrestling Network. Oh, I'm a massive fan of the WWE. I've actually done a wrestling podcast episode once, years ago, with my British friends, because we watched WrestleMania and then we had a commentary about it afterwards. That was so much fun. Sorry, hiccup. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how we doing, everyone? How we doing? We're coming to the bottom of the show now. My headphones just turned off too. Hey, Static. How we doing, buddy? Commentary on fantasy wrestling show. Oh, fantasy wrestling. That'd be interesting. Like a show. Oh my God. That'd be really cool. I'm imagining, you remember that MTV show Celebrity Deathmatch? So I'm imagining like commentary over, yeah, like you said, wrestling that isn't happening. You're just improv imagining it. That'd be so funny. That'd be so freaking funny. Yeah, or like loose improv, exactly. That's a that's what I like about Polly podcast. I could just do like a weird idea like that just as a one-off episode. That's super cool. Like I've had these ideas where I could just improv a story on the fly. Because you would know this, Grumbly Ghost, but one of my favorite segments on the H3 podcast is when Ethan goes on his goblin mode rant as Nathaniel Klansman. I love those segments. And he did creative writing in university, so he's got this like flair for it. And I like to think that I'm really good at coming up with stories, improving on the fly, like funny stories. So I want to do podcast episodes like that in the future. I have a friend who's an ex-wrestler, knows heaps of stuff about wrestling. Oh my God, no way. That's so cool. I might have to get in contact with him. Nathaniel is so good. Yeah. Nathaniel. Yeah, how are we doing, Static? We debuted your Directive 4 earlier. It was a real banger that we had a chair wiggle to. We bopped out for a little bit there. And you know what? I'm thinking the way to end this episode, I'm still in podcast mode, this stream. The way to end this stream will be with a classic dance. What do we reckon? You had a snoozy day today? That's good, man. It's a lazy Sunday. Wake up in the late afternoon. Remember that song by Lonely Island? Lazy Sunday. God, I was such a Lonely Island boy growing up. So yeah, let's get some things cracking. Hey, let's do a freaking dance. Let's, because I'm gonna go and maybe shoot some hoops or something, do some exercise or something. Gotta go stretch my legs. Sitting down for too long, my legs always get a bit tight and cramped. So let's do a heckin' dance, because that's a bit of good exercise too, eh? Let's warm up the body. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, for coming around, keeping me company, keeping me warm on the cold nights when it's lonely out here on the live stream, brushing off the dust for the podcast again. It's been a good one. I'm going to check to see if the episode actually recorded as well. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Because obviously I'm streaming it also. It's saved on Twitch, but I also record at the same time when there's, a segment that I want to put on YouTube, like the podcast. Nightbot going ham in chat. Thanks, Nightbot. Plugging everything. But it's time to get some Squawk 75 new album, Interim Pass. What song we thinking? Oh, I haven't quite wrapped around my head which song's which yet, but I remember I had like two particular favorites. And I'm wondering what those were. Oh God, what were they? I'm looking through our chat, Static, because I know I said them in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. I found it. Null shell. Okay, I had a feeling that was my favorite. Null shell. What are we thinking? Rotante? You like rotante, Grumbly? Nice. Hey, those are one after the other. Let's play some rotante then, eh? Jam out. An atmospheric one. Also a bit more ambient. Ooh, that's what I thought. Excelente. Hey, thanks Nightbot for dropping that in chat right on time. I need to update Nightbot because I think he's linking the sideband Collateral album. But everyone go check out Interim Pass by Squawk75 on the Spotify right there. You can follow that link in chat. We're going to play a tune or two in a Uno Momento. Nightbot's always on point, eh? Nightbot always comes in with the goods right when you need him. Hot damn. Oh. Okay, let's get situated. Give me a moment. Hey, I need to update the Squawk 75 image. This one features the Electron Syntact on kick drum duty. Holy heck, I didn't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Damn. Sorry to pause the music, but I've made a couple for you. I'm going to post them to Instagram in the coming week. Check. Squawk 75, Rotante off the new album. We're talking about In Terran Pass here on the airwaves, Pollyverse Radio. Coming up next, we got a null shell. Got a null shell coming in. What are we saying here, boys? What are we saying here? The Monarch tone next. You hardly got set up before it finished. Ooh, the Monarch tone. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to play another one next. I had to do the little setup while I was playing. Okay, we got the Monarch tone coming up next, guys. Requested by Static himself, the mind behind Squawk 75. New EP out right now in Terran Pass on Spotify. Go and check it out. This is Monarch tone. Here we go. Wait. I hate to do it, but I'm going to put it on pause. I hate to do it. We got to do something. Hold up. I've got an idea, guys. Let's keep it chill. Chill. Whew, we got to calm down for a second. Building up some heat here. Hold on, that drop was too hard to let go without some notice. That was too hard to let go without some notice. Rewind. Okay, let's get hype, guys. Let's get hype. But just hold on a second. Let me set something up. Super quick. Super slick. Let me do something. Hold up. Hold on. I'm working on something, okay? Easy. These things take time. Okay. There we go. Okay, guys. Whoa, wait. We don't need it like that. Why do like that? Oh, God, I was getting into that too. Okay, there we go. The big cover. I want to test something real quick. Because I saw the freaking Squawk 75 in the corner and the big Pollyverse behind me. And I was just thinking to myself, come on, we need to freaking celebrate this goddamn album right now and this goddamn artist, Squawk 75. Let's go big. God damn it. You do too much, Static Relay. You do too much for us in Pollyverse. We're privileged to have you here. Let's go big. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking for something. Hold on. Okay. The raves are dope. Thank you. I thought we got to end the stream on a rave, you know? We have to do it for old time's sake. Oh, I did the wrong one. Okay, there we go. This one. Okay, let me see if this works right here, right now. We may have to tinker a little bit more, but this is going to be good. It's going to be big stuff. Way. There we go with the Squawk 75. Yes, sir. Look at that. That's beautiful. I might try to tinker, see if I can make myself a little bit green to match. Let's see. We're doing live broadcast editing right now, guys. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Okay, let's see what kind of effects we can get going on. Some crazy stuff, eh? We like the crazy stuff around here. I reckon we can pull something off. Hold on. Yes. I knew we'd find something. This is insane. Whoa, okay, that's too much. Oh, I've got these functions selected still. Whoa! Hey! Whoa, too much. Sorry, guys, we're doing this on the fly. But we're getting there. Ooh. This is pure insanity. What have I created? What have I created? This is horrible. You gotta go back to this. This is good. This is good, eh? This is freaky. This is weird. What I like doing is creating scenes that I haven't created before, you know? As long as it's unique to other raves, you know what I mean? And I think we've got it here. Nah, that doesn't work. We need that. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Let's get this started. We're going to give it a build up and let's rave out. Whoa, this is insane. I like this. I'm like a ghost for Spooktober. The window's so aesthetic. It really is, isn't it? Yeah. It's cool. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Control. Oh my God. That was awesome. Hey, you're going to clip that? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God damn. Yeah, to say the least, the new album goes very firm, very hard. Holy heck. Whew, the Monarch tone was the perfect choice. God damn. I built up a sweat there. I built up a sweat. Holy shit. God. Oh my goodness. Okay, Nightbot. Thanks, Nightbot. Now's not the time. What did I rave out to at the start? I'm trying to think. Did you see all of it? Because I put on directive. Yeah, I put on directive, but I went to the bathroom. So it was like a bathroom break. There was a chair wiggle involved for a good minute. A good chair wiggle. But yeah, the proper rave didn't start till you arrived. The party don't start till you walk in. this this filter that I've got on the camera is pure madness. What is this? This is white and blue static. But it worked. It worked. Thanks. It worked out well. Got the Squawk 75 happening. Everyone check out In Terran Past, the new album. Oh, big thanks to Static. Big thanks to his musical moniker, Squawk 75, for always providing the tasty tunes. Dropping link in chat right now to the new album, In Terran Pass, on Spotify. Oh, it's got some bangers. Thanks for being here, guys. Grumbly Ghost and Static, thanks for dropping in. Everyone else who's lurking in the backgrounds. All the writers, all the creatives out there. All the potential Polly podcast fans of old, reunited at last. It was a good one. That's all there is left to say, really. I'm just going to leave this filter on as we end it. Oh my God. What a time. Oh, it was a heck of a time. All right, guys. I don't know what I'm going to go do now. But I'm running on the adrenaline and the sweat that I just accumulated just then. Oh, crack in the neck. I don't know if you could hear that. Hot diggity dog. Yeah. We're ending it now, Static. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for joining us on the rave as well. Good times. As always, everyone, good times. Coming back with a few more streams. We'll see how we go. But until next time, my name is Torkel. Rhymes with snorkel. I am a writer. Welcome to Pollyverse. That is all.